Okay. What we are discussing today is glaucoma in children. No age is immune for the development of glaucoma. That means glaucoma can develop at any age, and it can develop even in the newborn. A child may be born with glaucoma. That is called newborn glaucoma. We are seeing an important, clippings here with a statement: every 5 seconds, one person in our world goes blind, and a child goes blind every minute. This is the international statistics. Every few seconds we are seeing that a child is going blind, and developmental glaucoma is one of the cause for this. Glaucoma in children can present like this. Here is a child, newborn child. Photograph has been taken, I think, at the age of 1 week when the parents brought the child here, and you can see both the eyes cornea is hazy, and enlargement of the corneal diameter. Prominent eyeball, enlargement of the corneal diameter is very classic of glaucoma in children in the newborn. And along with that, the child will not be able to open eyes clearly, and there may be watering from the eyes. Watering, photophobia, intolerance to light, and enlargement of the eyeball is a very classic feature of this kind of glaucoma. Here are different conditions. Along with primary congenital glaucoma, some glaucoma can happen to occur with some other abnormalities in the body, like vascular abnormality, as you can see in some of the children, color in the face, in the body can develop glaucoma. But the global statistics is, this is a statistics slightly old, in the mid-90s actually. It was published in the World Health Organization journal that out of 300,000 children afflicted with this disease worldwide, 2/3 are already blind. But here is a situation. Glaucoma detected at 6 months of age. Note the appearance of the left eye of the child is enlarged, and there is hazy cornea. And the child was operated on the left eye, and 5 years post-operative appearance, you can see the picture with the glasses on. The child's cornea is clear, and the child is having normal vision with the spectacle correction for myopia. Now, most important, there is something.
Can you get another one? So, yeah, the sound is better. The very classic appearance of glaucoma in newborn is seen in this picture. It is called ophthalmos, ox-like eye, enlarged eyeball, hazy cornea, increased corneal diameter, high pressure of the eye, and total loss of transparency of the cornea. The cornea is totally hazy, bluish or whitish, and this appearance is because of high pressure within the eye, and the transparency is lost, and there is water logging into the layers of the front transparent window called cornea. And this is a surgical disease, and surgery has to be done as early as possible. We developed an integrated management in this disease in the institute, integrating medical, surgical, genetic and rehabilitation approaches to take care of the child in a holistic manner, so that every afflicted child will be a contributory member of our society. You know, here is a situation: a child is being evaluated in the Center for Sight Enhancement. Whatever we do, a certain percentage of children with glaucoma will be having visual impairment, be it mild, moderate or severe. Here is a child, mild degree of visual impairment or moderate degree of visual impairment being evaluated in the Center for Sight Enhancement, and sometimes spectacle corrected situation, that is spectacle correction will improve the condition. Sometimes along with the spectacle the child may have to use telescopic magnification for good distant vision. Here is a child using telescope for viewing the distant objects, and this is a very special skill. I as an ophthalmic specialist, ophthalmologist, do not have that skill. This is done by low vision specialist or specialist in the Center for Sight Enhancement, who have special expertise in evaluating the telescopic power, how much power is required, and some special training is required for the child so that the child can use the glass, use the telescope for daily living skill, particularly in school, seeing the chalkboard work, etc. Here is a child, the same child is reading near objects. This child, I had the opportunity to assist Professor N.N. Sood, my mentor, when I was doing my senior residency in All India Institute of Medical Sciences. After that, the child came here. We found that after multiple interventions, the child lost vision in one eye, right eye, and the child was having hardly 2 meter vision. But with this telescopic magnification, her vision improved to the extent that she studied in the school for normal children and scored 93% marks in the 12th class exam. The child is studying management now to look after father's business. So I have experience of follow-up, because I had the opportunity to assist Professor N.N. Sood in New Delhi in the year 1988, I guess. Here is a child who could draw my cartoon in an examination here when I was discussing with the parents about the importance of low vision evaluation in the Center for Sight Enhancement. Here is a cartoon drawn by a same age group normal child. Compare and contrast the creativity of a normal child versus a child who is visually impaired in its severest form. Even when visually impaired, the child has that capacity, has that inner capability, and that has to be nurtured. Just because vision is poor, we cannot afford to say no. We cannot afford to say nothing can be done. Lot of things can be done and must be done, if not for the child, at least for the, if not for the eye or vision, at least for the child as a whole. There is established system of education for the visually impaired or even blind child or blind individual. We should take it as a challenge, and this message should go to the community, should go to the public, that there is definite system of education even when the vision is severely impaired. Here is a child we saw and operated. Here is a child. We know the parents presented to us or brought the child to us in a stage that we really could not do anything for the vision or improvement of vision. All that we did is evaluation of the child, explaining. The child came at the age of I think 10 or 11 years, dropped from the school because of vision. We explained the situation to the parents, to the child, wrote a letter to the principal of a school for the visually impaired in Narsapur. The principal of the school happened to be my patient. I wrote a personal letter. The child was admitted in the school. I had an opportunity to visit the school in one of the birth anniversary of Louis Braille, who developed the Braille system of education, Braille script. And the child was studying there, and here is a situation. While the earlier photograph was taken by our photographer when the child presented to us in the first visit, and the later photograph, lower photograph, was taken by me when the child was standing in a queue to receive me in the school for the visually impaired. This in real sense is called paradise lost and paradise regained, as we read John Milton's poem. John Milton was blind, and while he was losing sight, created the epic poem Paradise Lost and Paradise Regained. In Paradise Regained, he writes, "So much the rather thou celestial light shine inward, and mind through all her powers irradiate, their plant eyes, all mist from thence purge and disperse, that I may see and tell of things invisible to the mortal sight." Even if we are sighted, we can see things up to a level, up to a distance. But if we are to see far off from that, probably we'll have to close our eyes and we'll have to take the help of other faculty of special senses, thinking. That's what he was mentioning, that even when he lost his vision, he can still carry out his literary work and enjoy life with the help of inner eye, the inner light or the spiritual light or the celestial light he mentioned in Paradise Regained. All of you know the story of Helen Keller, a born normal child, but lost all eyesight, not only eyesight, because of scarlet fever or brain fever, it is called, high fever. She developed at the age of 18 months. She lost vision. Along with that, the hearing and speech was impaired. So a child who became deaf, blind and mute was also educated, and thanks goes to the parents, to the teacher Graham Bell and Annie Sullivan, caretaker of the child for the schooling, and Parkins School for the Blind in Boston. And the story is known to everybody. I am not going into the detail. Lived up to 88 years and did miraculous, I'll say, social worker for the blind and the challenged individual, particularly raised funds for the visually impaired people in 30 different states in the United States of America. When she was asked in an interview, she asked, "I'll always work for the handicapped as long as I have life." Helen Keller, here is some of the pictures, and here is a picture, Helen Keller with Rabindranath Tagore, and visually impaired children, how to take care of that. When we operate on a child, vision becomes all right, it's very easy. The challenge comes when the intervention, our management strategy, even after its utmost care, we do not get the final result or the result we anticipate or result we expect, how to take care of these children. The very idea of today's meeting was that to address some social issues, how they can they develop like other children, can they be educated, can they get married, can they work like other children and earn a living. And this is the picture from previous year's Children's Day meeting. I just wanted to conclude by saying, children are our greatest inspiration for the present, best hope for the future. We are guilty of many errors and many faults, but our worst crime is abandoning the children, neglecting the fountain of life. Many of the things we need can wait, the child cannot.